folks, another weekend has come and gone, and Monday is here, but that doesn't have to mean the worst of it. So, with that, let's go ahead and get a good little weekday stream started with the Mech Pit Chat. Hello, folks. I am Iron Castor here to bring you all the positivity and pop culture and a little bit of fun sprinkled in there between with whatever we kind of feel like talking about. And with me tonight is one of my frequent co-host, Mr. Punkwaddle, who's here to help keep me in check and give me a little pointer or two and keep my nose clean on this side of the punk law. How are we doing, Punkwaddle?
Doing pretty good. Is my volume's good?
Yep, sounds good to me.
Okay, okay, yeah. It was doing a weird thing, but now we're back to good.
So it has been a new year, and new year, new me. That's what they all say. How's the new year been treating you?
Hashtag. I'm bad at hashtags, so forget that. I've been. Let's see. I've tried to catch up on some of the animes. I've been trying to see what's starting now. I've been dreaming of big robots. I saw that the next Gundam Converge that's scheduled to come out in about a year has just been announced. Some of the pre-orders will start going up, and they have the new Gundam Gix, whatever, as well as some
Gukes.
Yeah, Gukes. So I find it interesting that when they come out with a line like that they'll have a lot of the classics, but in that grab bag they'll put one or two new things just to see how it takes and see if anybody likes it. So if I end up with that box of the Converge, that's probably the only version of Gix I'll intentionally pay for it at this point. But
I think Gundam's going to be getting quite a bit of my money later this year, but which would be, I think, the sort of meat of the show today. What with that new tabletop game sort of coming about, and also the card game. But with all that said, on this topic of anime, I went ahead and I started watching at least one or two of the shows that have been out so far.
Mm-hmm.
And I gotta say, so far, I think the winner is going to be Solo Leveling Season 2.
I haven't watched it yet, but it's on my queue to watch probably tonight.
That was a great start to the new season. And
Okay.
Speaking about great starts, we've got a few people in chat here, so let's go ahead and say hello to those fine folks, such as David Glenn, who was here well before the stream started. Hello, my friend, and welcome.
Hey, David. Good to see you.
As also Philip A. Demick. Cheers, everyone. Happy Mech Mondays. Hello, my friends, and welcome to you too.
Cheers. One of our good regulars. Appreciate you.
Says yay for Punkwaddle.
Yay for you.
And also the Ultra American TTRPGer, who's managed to sneak into the chat after a long time, and I say hello to you too. It's been far too long. But speaking about far too long, we've got and sneaking in the back. We got someone jumping in the back here. So let me put. I gotta find. I'm missing some clips. I gotta find those again.
Oh no!
But regardless, we are gonna bring on one of our good friends, Mr. Snacks, who's stopping in. Hello.
Oh, can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yeah, it's snack time. Even though I just ate. Hey yo!
Yeah, there you go. Hey guys. Oh, sorry, I'm still a little under the weather.
No, it's understandable.
I was gagging on Sprite. You have a better excuse.
Yeah.
It is. I feel like it's been too long since we last hung out. Christmas would have been the last time.
Oh, was I hanging out with you at Christmas? I'm not sure.
Well, our little puppet friends were.
Oh yes, that's right.
Yeah,
that's right. That was fun. Oh no, it was New Year's. It was New Year's Eve.
Oh, that's right. It also
yeah.
You had that wonderful article that I had to kind of dip out because it was 1 o'clock. And yes, that was I would have totally hanged around for the rest of it, but you know how these things go. Oh,
well, that is one of those articles you get to pull up holidays and really bring everyone together and be glad they don't shove dominoes up their nose.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Oh, sorry, I had a domino up my nose.
I hear that the mint, lozenge is great up your nose. The menthol really helps.
Yeah, this definitely has a minty scent to it. Yeah.
Have you tried Alka-Seltzer?
Alka-Seltzer? Only if I have a Diet Coke with me, but yeah.
I was gonna say up the nose. I don't know if it's gonna work or not.
No. You have to snap them in half and put each half in each nostril, and then you go upside down and you drink a Diet soda.
Oh yeah.
Okay. See, we're learning things today. I didn't think you'd try that.
Yeah.
But you had just kind of caught us as we were talking about a little bit of the season anime. Have you had a chance to check anything out yet, Snacks?
Ooh. So one of the animes that my manga list is going through is was it Headhunting? It's a long manga and read it out. 1 second, where's that manga? There they are.
That one just started this week, right?
So Headhunting to Another World, from
Mhm.
Salaryman to Big Four. There we go. I was like, it's a mouthful, but I can read it because I have the manga, and it is a good manga. It is good manga, and the first episode wasn't bad. Now this one is, I'm gonna say, the manga's better. Yeah, the manga goes into a little more detail, but still, the first episode was decent. I liked it.
Okay.
I wasn't disappointed. She is a little toned, she's a lot hotter in the main character. The main one of
Main
the
waifu?
main
The demon girl.
yeah, the redheaded waifu is she's a little more scantily clad in the manga, but still she's still good looking.
Okay.
Yep.
I've seen some that pop up on some people have given it some decent review or yeah.
Yeah, it's a good read. I was happy with it. So
I don't like to read. I think Gator's probably gonna do better than me eventually.
Oh, Gator always has the waifu pillow on back order or pre-order. Sorry, pre-order.
Sometimes it feels like the same thing.
Yeah, that too.
Well, it is on Crunchyroll, so this is going to be. I might actually get a chance to check this out there.
Yeah, it's a good one. It's a good one. I like it. I'm actually I need to get the latest volume. I'm one volume shy from getting the new one, but I've been trying to pick them up in the my local stores, and I was like, nope. I guess I'll have to Amazon it. It happens.
It does.
It's not as popular. It's not like your main freaking mangas.
Yeah.
So.
But you're shopping local first, and that's commendable.
Yeah, that's the most important part.
Can be.
Yeah,
as commendable as can be. And then I just pick up some paints, and
yeah,
it's like, I have a reason to be here, I guess. What?
Let's see. So the only other thing I've really started so far this is Shangri-La Frontier Season 2, which Punkwaddle, I've completely caught up.
I still have to watch last night's, but
I have caught up to the dub. I've caught up to the dub.
Sure.
So
this is one of the few that I was like, I can't wait for the dub. I like it too much. So I've got hooked on the sub voices. So now if I switched, I'd feel weird. But there's a lot of ones that I'm cool with the dub.
There you go. I have an avatar now.
Well, one of the things I do find kind of interesting is jumping from the dubs to the subs. It's how they drop some of the internet slang. The thing is, like in most other series that might come across as cringy, but it kind of fits here with the dub.
Yeah. Okay.
So it's I'm not complaining about it.
Okay.
There's another problem with dubs versus subs, and like voice actor and localizers, they harp on this all the time. They're like, oh, there's a lot of things and this and that doesn't translate well, and I'm like, yeah, we know.
Mhm.
We know, but still, that doesn't give you an excuse to like put your own ideology into it. You know,
Right.
that was the
True, but-
main trop that we're all like harping on, is like, don't put your woke ass ideology into these things.
I mean,
like,
if you're saying the dub is good, then I will try it with the dub because I'm curious.
yeah. Luckily, Shangri-La has just a whole bunch of gamer tropes and whatnot, so it's not too many, you know.
Yeah, the big thing that they've done with the dub for it is they drop in a lot of like gamer lingo that, like I said, in any other like kind of generic like modern anime or kind of fantasy set where they were dropping slang like that, it would come across as wrong. But because these are like dedicated no life gamers,
Yeah.
it works.
Yeah. They don't. Because they all they get it. Okay. No, but I like it. And what I like I said, I do like the fact that because they're gamers, they can talk about other games and go to other games, and it just, there's so much in the world that you just accept as is because of the pretense of, oh, he likes trash games. Oh, there's other trash games that he's been playing forever. Oh, cool.
And he's highly qualified, so it's not like, it's like, here's an average guy who gets isekai'd. Now he's like OP'd. It's like, no, this guy's been grinding games to like get these reaction skills.
Mhm.
He is an OP skilled player, you know what I mean?
Right.
In general.
And you know, all the games he goes to, people like, he's on leaderboards, people know his name, people know of him. Like, you're back. What? You're finally back.
Oh, when he goes to the mech the mech world. Yeah.
Oh, well, too much, but yeah, they're like, yes, you're here.
Yes. Spoiler: there's a mech game there's a mech fighting game like
fair,
like Core 6 and all that stuff. Yeah.
If you watch the intro, it's in the beginning of the intro season 2, so it's not a huge spoiler. But
yeah.
You know, the minute I saw he was going into a mech game, I immediately thought about you guys. I'm like, oh, we are gonna have to talk about this.
Yep. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it is the mech pit talk, so
that's kind of fitting.
Of course.
Yeah.
I mean, it's robots. You know, we like big robots.
Yeah.
Well,
we're like Dr. Robotnik. You know what I mean?
Dr. Robotnik, Dr. Wily, you know, all of them, like, you know, big robots big and small, you know, all of them are to be appreciated. But
exactly.
So I think this is a pretty good segue to shifting into talking about some little robots here. Well, little versions of some big robots.
Nanobot? All right, Chuck. What?
Not quite, but
okay.
Oh.
Sort of what I think was sort of the big thing that caught my attention yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
And we have a video for this.
Bandai.
Oh, look, it's Bandai.
Yeah.
Surprise. Big
Bandai,
little robots.
We trade you plastic for money.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Like, they realized, like, you know, we sell all this plastic crap, and those Warhammer people, they seem to like selling plastic crack. We're gonna try to cut into that territory here. So let's check this out real quick and just kind of see exactly what we're talking about.
Yeah.
There's the wing. Classic Gundam. Charge Baku. Oh yeah. Algaes look pretty beefy. I like it.
I mean, you. Sorry, go ahead, Ironcaster.
Oh, I was just gonna say that this is the brand new miniatures game, Gundam Assemble.
And look at those little parts.
Yeah. You had to. It's a Micro Gunpla.
And it's not like Gundam hasn't or Bandai hasn't done stuff like this with Gundam in the past few years. Similarly, like there's some of those unpainted like tan ones or that kind of were reimagined versions. So they already had almost everything they needed set up to go into this route, right?
Yeah, and I will say that this is something that I've wanted for quite a number of years, to be able to have some sort of tabletop, Gundam war game or role playing game or something where I can, actually kind of sit down and reenact battles or do this stuff. Because I tell you what, like I'm gonna have to get down and make sure it's time for the Goof Troop with Elron Barrel.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Goof
It's
Troop with Rumbarel. Yeah.
Leaning Tower
give
of
him his fucking doms.
Yeah. Leaning Tower of Cheese. Leaning Tower of It's a Gundam. Eats a Gundam. Yeah, okay. That failed miserably. But what I was going to say is, with Robot Wars and some of those video games and some of the turn-based stuff, and then they did the chibi HD sort of Gundam-based mini games where you got to go reenact battles, and then the storyline was like things were switched, so you had to go fix all these different campaigns of so many different of the storylines and timelines and all the different mechs. So it only makes sense that somebody would be like, hey, I really like playing this video game, but I want to do it on tabletop too.
Well, my theory is that since Games Workshop has been trying to kind of creep into Japan and try to get in there with Warhammer 40K, that Bandai kind of started to take notice of it. And well, since they already, make model kits, they already do this stuff.
Yeah,
they might as well lean into it. And one thing
just attach it to a hexagonal little base and then make boards. Yeah, it's right in the money bag. Yeah.
Oh, and I mean, the funny thing is, like, they already sell like little hex grid shaped shaped bases. So if people really wanted to, they could just scale up.
Exactly.
I do have a hexagonal base for a high grade. Yeah, you're right.
The HGs, that's very common, and they made them for interlocking.
Oh my goodness, they have ships too. I see the white base, but I'm pretty sure there's going to be some
Pegasus.
Yeah, the Pegasus, and we'll probably get some Xeon ships in there too.
What's the green one called? I can only think of the Build Fighter version and the belly beam, but
oh shoot. That's an obscure one, I'm not sure.
It's a really good, it's a really fun one. It's closest to a penguin we'll get.
Yeah. It's a little zoomed out. I can't see too well on my little monitor.
But
here, let me
that Gundam wing. Look at how magnificent that Gundam wing is.
It's a great pose.
Like the paint job on it. Like that is the iconic wing pose.
That is the iconic wing pose, and it's just like wow.
Yeah.
So it's going to be interesting looking at this game, just how they intend to run it, because there's sort of this question of, are you going to be allowed to mix and match factions? Or are you only going to have to play a faction? Like, if I decide I want to build if I decide I want to go get like the Char pack and start running that stuff, am I now locked into Xeon only units?
Yeah. And Xeon from Universal Century. Are you
I want a Char clone deck. You know what I mean? I want freaking everything that Char piloted. I want Zex Marquis, Leo, and Talgis. I want like full frontals like Sasabi.
I can only count
or Senjui. I want them all. I want a Char clone, Char clone. That'd be fun. Yeah.
Bring on the Charmy.
Yep. I'm just saying, he's our boy.
I mean, they do have classics like right now. I do find it interesting the 8 that we're seeing currently on display, right?
Yeah.
Right.
You've got Seed. You've got
Well, we had Wing.
Wing.
Yeah,
You've
we
got
have-
OG. You've got Witch
Is
from
this-
Mercury.
Yep, that is the
Yep.
one from Witch from Mercury. And
Yep,
if we go over
there's
here,
the
we've
Aries
got
one.
Unicorn.
Yeah.
Oh, look at the freaking! Oh my goodness, I could definitely see my favorite freaking series being in there too. Freaking Thunderbolt.
Yeah.
Mm.
You could do.
Yo,
I mean, you could do. There's potential to see a lot. Like, and granted, we're not seeing all of them because we saw Tall Geese and a few other ones.
like spoilers for the manga, but I want a ton of freaking Psycho Zaku's and a Big Zam and a freaking a Brow Bro that's attached to a Zaku dressed as a Gundam.
And meanwhile, they will continue to ignore the pirate one, Crossbones.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, of course.
They-
I want Big
heard-
Zam. I want Big Zam attached to the solar cannon. Oh my god.
We'll get
Your Big
Gundam X
Salmon?
before we get before we get Crossbones.
Yeah.
So a couple of other little things that stood out to me as I'm just immediately looking at this. If you
Okay.
look at the little hex grids for the bases of them,
Yep.
you're seeing some only need 1, some need 2,
Mhm.
and some need 3. Which I don't know if that's going to imply a point value to that mech or what exactly we're looking at there. Because, like, even if you look at the Unicorn here, it's so back heavy with the fuel tanks on the back
Yeah.
here.
Yeah.
But it's on the back one there, so it's not because it's not because that's supposed to be the space that it sits over.
So I think two things. It just takes up mass on the board, so that's gonna have to affect gameplay in some way. I'm not sure if it will affect. We can't determine that until we get the rule book, obviously. But-
My guess is, well, my hunch is the fact that the full armored Unicorn is pretty heavy duty, and so it probably has more power and more armaments, and it's a bigger, imposing machine versus. I still can't remember what's next to it, or even the guy from Seed over there, right? And a ship is, I would think, would take up more value on the board as well.
Yeah, you got the Pegasus, and I assume they're gonna have the white base too.
Yeah, they are definitely doing a few specialty kits. In fact, just I switch over here. We know of at least 4 sets that are slated to drop in July.
Okay.
And they've shown that some stuff is getting a worldwide release, like roughly the same time. So this might be out by my birthday. So I think I know what I'm getting myself.
Nice.
Are you gonna get the Xeon Rush?
Oh, of course.
I'm gonna get that and the Wings of Advance,
Mm-hmm.
just because. Look at that freaking Tall Geese.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like, how can you not?
Where's
Like,
the
oh
gun
my-
cannon?
God, I need it.
Are we only going to have hero machines, or are they going to? I was curious. Are they going to expand it like grunts?
Yeah,
I
I
mean,
assume they'd have a couple grunts.
I want a heavy arms, an army of Leos that's self-exploding, right?
course.
Yeah, we gotta need some goose. We're gonna need some. Obviously, there's gonna be a green print of the Zaku. That's
I'm sure.
nothing
Well,
hard.
I think you paint it yourself, though, don't you?
Yeah, those will be an all gray, one color material that they're gonna pump out, rather than them trying to go through with the bigger runners they have. So, you can
Okay.
go, and theoretically, they could probably just give you a bunch of Zaku 2s, and then you could paint them red and give yourself your Char Zaku. But
And then paint the rest green. Yeah.
or you could give yourself, I believe what Garma had an orange one.
Yep. Garmin had an orange one.
You
Yeah.
get the white one for
Okay. Yeah, I see a gun tank.
Okay, yeah, that's probably going to be in the heroic or with the
I would assume so. With the gun cannon as well. I'd assume they have that one as well.
Hopefully a GM.
Here,
Yeah,
in fact,
GM.
with a couple of other photos I've seen, kind of because there's only so much information we sort of have
Gun
to go
cannon!
on. Yep. If you notice,
Is that another gun cannon? Yeah, that's another gun cannon. That's another gun cannon.
let me zoom in over here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you see
yep.
he's on the rock.
Yep, that's cool.
Oh, he's on the rock, and that's a gun cannon. Yeah, there he is.
Yep, a gun tank and gun cannon.
There's a gun tank.
There's somebody falling over.
And a couple of Mr. Colors.
Yeah, good colors.
But also with this, we also see the card game in play. And one of the things that they were talking about was that they're going to be doing some sort of like cross. So they've got a card game starter box that's going to have a couple of the models for this as well.
Oh,
so I'm led to think of it as a cross-brand synergy because Bandai wants you to hook you on 2 games.
Yeah.
You don't really see the appeal of a miniatures game. Well, I mean, the appeal is getting to lead an army into battle, getting to have the tactics, have the strategy. Warhammer is one of those games that I myself have never really felt the bug to go out and like build an army. I mean, except for Necrons maybe, but
yeah.
The thing is, like, compared to like BattleTech is slower, clunky like vehicles. They're basically tanks on legs, whereas Gundam is fast, aerial, nimble combat. There's kind of an appeal there.
I mean, I always like the aesthetics of Ultramarines, but it's just like it's a lot, and the lore is like overbearing sometimes, and I'm just like, I don't know. It's just I'm familiar with the universe in itself, and what do you gravitate to things you love, and to Gundam fans, this is kind of that tabletop game that we all been craving for. Fingers crossed, of course. We don't know.
So they've had a couple of displays up like this, and there'll be a few more like this that we'll get to see in probably the next few weeks, next few months. Which is like we gotta see stuff like this, and as you can see, we do have a couple of neat little pieces in here. Like there's a Zaku 2, I believe, possibly Zaku 1. We've got a GM here.
There's the GM.
Yeah.
Is that in there? Is that a goof? That blue one right there. He's getting attacked by the GM.
Here, let me see.
And that's a different
goof.
Those are different poses too, which is interesting.
I see a blue Zaku, and it looks like a goof.
Is that a Zaku 1?
That's
Zaku
1.
That's a Zaku 1.
Arm.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. Damn it. We need a goof. We need a goof custom. My bad. We need a goof custom.
If they don't, they done goofed up.
They done goofed up. You're right.
But those GMs have different poses as well, which makes you think, okay, so we're not gonna get just one.
Yeah. Can they meticulate? Can you pose them, or are they snap into pose?
Well, just based on the runners we saw, I'll pull one back up. They look like they're fairly limited. Like in this case, the arm here has a dedicated pose to it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I don't actually mind not being posing them if they're like sturdy enough. You know what I mean? I'd rather have them like locked in, into like a pretty good hero pose.
I think this really is to compete and tell to Warhammer and all that, get off my lawn, really.
Get off my fandom. Oh yeah, get off my continent.
There we go. But if just one last thing to put out here, if you notice over here, that looks like a death scythe.
Yeah, it really does.
And possibly lightning.
That's Death Size Hell, and that's a guy from 00.
Okay.
That's the guy that he's got a couple different iterations, but he's got the tracks. Or
Okay.
But
And then there's
as
another badass Wing Zero. Oh my god, they
Zaku with
have
a cannon, a bazooka. Yeah. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay. I peed a little bit.
Yeah.
Oh, is that a Zeta or the Zuda?
Zeong,
No,
Yeah,
this is the guy with the sniper.
yeah, that looks
Yeah,
like the
Zeong.
Zuda.
Yeah.
Now you got the Sasabi right there, right?
Yep.
Okay.
You're gonna get your shark clones for sure. Oh, and in the
Damn
right
right.
corner, that's one of the I don't know if that's a Pale Rider, but that shield, or it's a white dingo.
And
Is that a pair
also,
of balls?
that is a pair of balls. You could have 2 balls. And I mean,
There's a mobile worker too. The yellow is from the beginning of Unicorn.
Oh shit!
oh, it's great.
All right.
You know, someone is going to build an army of nothing but balls.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm gonna buy all the balls, and then I'm gonna just go at your Xeon. I'm just gonna just. Oh my god, that'd be funny. And I'm gonna beat you with them too.
Because I mean, the idea goes that with those grunt units like those, it makes sense that you're gonna want to have multiple. They're smaller ones, and they're not gonna be worth as many points theoretically. So you're gonna have to sort of have 2 or 3 of smaller mechs at a time in one of these bases. Just like they could theoretically have like a little platoon of like 5 or 6 of the little Xeon guys with the little jetpacks, and count that as like one unit.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna have an army of balls and a big Zam.
You just have the big Zam and 2 big balls.
That's it. That's all I need.
Yeah, and then somebody's gonna ask you if you're compensating for something.
This is all I need, because the other hand, I need to carry the trophy home.
I think Philip has a point though. There's enough people...
Is the Psycho Zaku going to be bigger too? I wonder.
I mean, they could, but it's sort of the odd thing here, because if you start looking at these and you start seeing some of like these, some of these pair up, it seems so weird. Like, the Gundam and Tall Geese pack just makes perfect sense. Like in theory, you're gonna have those 2 battle. We're gonna have the strike and the strike and the ale. Yeah. And it's like, okay, those 2 are rivals. That kind of makes sense. But then we're here with like the Suzaku and the Zaku too, and it's like, are these supposed to be working together? Like I need a little clarification on that. Oh shit. And I just realized, wait, MSRP is $12.
Yeah, I was about to say, it's like I'm gonna buy like
that's gonna
easily
be
2 of those. Easily.
Okay, as opposed to 40K, which is like $30. Because I know
$30 for like 1.
Well, yeah, because I've seen them too. Because following some of these Gundam channels, and YouTube will suggest. And how many videos in the last 6-8 months have you seen? I do Warhammer. I've heard all about this Gundam. I'm gonna try Gundam. I can buy this for $15, and it's so well tooled and color accurate in so many ways. And I can do stickers, and I can do this, and it's like, and I can do all of this fun for $15 versus that. It's very competitive.
Yeah, no, this is super pleasing. Like
I might this price, spend more money on paint than the freaking models themselves. That's awesome.
Yeah.
At this point, I could easily see spending like $50 and getting all 4 starter sets. Now I have 8. Now I have 8 suits.
Yeah, and they're so tiny they can pump them out a lot quicker.
Oh, absolutely.
Maybe this will fund.
They definitely have. They already have the built-in like capacity for the tooling and just the casting.
And plus then if you start to kind of look around and like, for example, a couple of the game stores that I go to already sell Gundam kits. and they do Warhammer stuff. They do BattleTech. So they're going to pick up. They are going to support this. Plus, they are also kind of, like I said, double dipping with the card game. So you could buy get yourself like a starter deck, and you get a Gundam for the tabletop war game. Like, okay, there's some good synergy here. Like I said, to get you hooked on not one but two games.
Yep.
And this is Bandai Namco. That's pumping out card games like crazy. Like they've got a Digimon game that I think is still kind of dying on the grapevine. There's One Piece is still out there. There's that other big crossover anime card game.
Okay.
Yes, generic card game number 4. I love it.
I love generic card deck game.
There's been just a bunch of them, so it's kind of hard to remember sometimes.
No, I mean, we know exactly what you're talking about. It's just fun.
Yeah,
it's okay.
But aside from that, there was a little bit of other Gundam news.
I'm looking at the things I have, and I have a small. I wonder how big they are because I have a Musai that I've been customizing, and I was like, I could probably put that into this, maybe. It is small enough. It was originally a no grade. It's an old 1982 no grade.
So we actually do have a little bit of information on this. Is that they're going to be about 2 inches tall for size comparison.
So they're gonna be. Go ahead.
Yeah. I think I match easily. This is just barely 2 inches. Yeah, it's 2 inches tall. Yeah.
Because I was going to say, it feels like they've done stuff similar to this size already in different aspects and more complicated because this is going to be much more like static. Also, I was thinking like, I could get just some of my Gundam Converges and, find a hex space for them.
Yeah, it's 2 inches exactly. I just measured with my little measuring thing.
Oh.
So, I mean, then again, we're obviously not going to be able to get every single ideal kit we want. But in the meantime, we could probably do with some other Gundam related items, including a few acrylic standees. And well, this year is or was it this last year? March a little bit of a special occasion because we have hit on the 30th anniversary of one of our favorite anime around, and that was G Gundam.
Yes.
Good old G Gundam.
So Bandai Namco is, of course, going all out for it, and they are giving us all sorts of fun little things, including a bunch of new art prints, a couple statues, and did I mention the acrylic standees? Because we are getting acrylic standees.
Nice.
Oh yeah.
And I bring this up for one reason. And one reason alone, because one of our absolute favorite Gundams of all time, well, a couple of them actually, are getting some acrylic standees. Of course, we have Noble Gundam, the giant robot waifu.
Yes.
The Schwartz Gundam, Germany's famous ninjas, getting proper representation.
Mm-hmm.
Of course.
Yeah. Shuffle Alliance, Dark Gundam.
Yeah. The French. The windmill. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Is tequila on there? I see it.
Of course, tequila's on there.
Yeah. Wait, let me.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
There we go. Yes. Tequila Gundam standee.
Nice.
I'm like, all I know is I'm going to track this down. I'm going to make sure I get the Tequila Gundam standee. This is a 2025 goal now.
Yes, it is. Depending on how much it is, I feel like somebody should try to make sure Mexican Iron Man gets one of those too.
Although he's kind of missing a foot right now, but I feel like it would also do well to go with like the Merman Gundam that I have the little action figure for. Get me.
Merman.
You ain't got no leg, Mermaid Man. No, it was one of those neat little like Misa kits, like action figure ones. But yeah, still, it's just kind of fun seeing that like all of our favorite stereotypes are getting their own suits, getting their own Gundams, and even though they're kind of tiny,
they don't make them like they used to.
A few other things to talk about, some posters.
Nice. Classic.
But that was just sort of a last minute like, holy crap, Tequila Gundam. Like I have like a Google news little pop-up thing that's gonna like notify me when something happens with Tequila Gundam. Like my moment has come. Yep. But speaking of coming, well, that's a terrible segue.
Okay. Do not.
We have someone who's requested to come on, and I'm going to oblige him. So, Mr. Mad Dog is joining us and say hello, sir.
Oh, so we're talking Gundam tonight, huh?
Of course.
Yeah.
Anytime there's Gundam news, we're going to be sure to try to get it on if it's nice and juicy enough.
Yeah. I'm definitely stoked for the new Gundam tabletop game. Like, imagine living out the battles of Odessa or Abawaku from the 1 Year War in tabletop form. Like, goddamn. Talk about reenactment central.
The one thing I know for sure is that in order to reenact the Battle of Boaku, you're going to have a lot of balls.
Oh yeah, more balls and
you're gonna have a big Zigong flying around. So yeah.
Oh my gosh! So I keep finding new like screenshots people are posting on X.
Mm-hmm.
So we gotta like. Oh wait, there we go.
What's that?
Make it bigger eyes.
There we go. Let me.
And begin.
Enhance.
Imagine a tabletop version of Gundam Extreme Versus 2 Overboost. Like this ain't BattleTech, man.
Striker pack.
This is actual fighter jet with arms and legs type shit.
Let me see. I've got a few photos here of some of the displays up close, so we can see. And I wish I'd seen these before, but
I want some DOMs. Okay, yeah.
Yep. Your classic GM.
Mm-hmm. And then
Love me the GM.
Oh, she's beautiful. And in the background there, you can see the Zaku one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is from a different angle from the one we saw earlier.
Yep.
Okay.
that is the.
Oh.
Okay, that's a good looking.
That is a nice pose.
That is a very different pose.
Oh yeah.
I really like the panel lighting on this.
It has a different helmet. It does. It's not the commander type. So
no, it's just the grunt. Yeah. Also, that shoulder. Do you see that shoulder?
Yeah, the spike boulder. Yep.
But it also has
got the shield on it. The shield shoulder is oddly placed. It's interesting. But
yeah, it looks like he's saying which way to the gun show. Yeah, it's just kind of leaned up over the back, which kind of works.
Let's see. Oh, he's throwing a grenade. He's throwing a Zaku.
Yeah, he's got
a mobile suit grenade.
That's why the shield's in a weird place. No, I was gonna say like that groove on the shoulder with the pauldron, the spike. I feel like sometimes they're smooth and sometimes they're not.
It all depends on how much they want to put into the animation.
Right. I just remember I'm thinking because I was looking at some of the converges and they just announced one for the Netflix adaptation, which definitely has that more pronounced than most of the other series. Anyway, it was just a curious thing.
So a couple of I got a few other ones here. So we got a much better shot of that one.
Yeah.
I don't know what the Zaku is holding. He's just He's just
And
Yeah,
oddly just like.
Placed
Oh, no.
by a- and
He's
it's
going
about
for he's going for a shoulder tackle.
I
Yeah, I
mean,
can see that.
only-
The
where's
shoulder
his
tackle
other
funny
leg?
spikes.
Lieutenant Dan, what happened to his leg?
Yeah, he's gonna shoulder tackle a beam saber. That's
Yeah, not gonna end well, dude.
But that GM is very dynamic.
yep.
And again, just the fact that we're seeing so many of the different kits and so many like little variations here, just it tells me we're not just going to get super generic with this. That they're actually going to lean into the variety of stuff.
Yeah.
So I got to zoom out for this one, but there's a much closer shot of like the Death Scythe and
Yep.
I do not remember
That's
that.
freedom. That's freedom.
Yeah, okay,
Rising Freedom.
It's freedom, and it's in its jet form, in its jet configuration. Yeah.
It just from further out it looked different, but no, as soon as I saw those wings.
Yeah, I was about to say it could be the Gundam Wing, but no, that's the
No, that's actually Rising Freedom.
yeah. I can tell now.
Okay.
Well, the first time I saw it, I was like, I think you said freedom. I wasn't gonna argue because I couldn't quite see it, but now I can see it, and it's definitely
Next, here's a much cleaner shot of the Zuda.
Oh, the
Yeah.
Zuda.
Oh, the Zuda with the freaking the cannon. I love that cannon.
Yeah, I
Oh,
bought
yeah.
the Zuda for that sniper.
Yeah, that cannon is no joke, man.
It's taller than the figure.
And I will say from a tabletop standpoint, I kind of don't like how the weapons stick out that far, but you can easily put in rules that say that if you can't turn the piece in a way
Mm-hmm.
to be able to fit, then you cannot make the move legally. So there's kind of a downside there to that.
Yeah.
From a style standpoint, I love it.
Well, if you have a big cannon like that, you're not attacking at close quarters distance. So
Yeah, that's more used for bombardment.
I think it means like if somebody's going after the Zuda on a turn base and gets to him.
gets in close, yeah. Well, that's
Although-
gonna be the crutch you're gonna have to,
That's only if you're actually a really, 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 really good ace pilot.
Well, and I will say this caveat to it because it looks like the barrel is designed to go along the hexagonal line there, so the closest somebody a figure could get is going to be really on the edge of their actual base.
Yeah, and it barely intrudes the
next one.
I guess the adjacent hexagonal space on the other ring. Yeah.
So it might be designed to just come close but not touch. So they might have thought of that.
Maybe. Or maybe you can aim it up. Who knows?
Here we go.
Yeah. Oh, that is a dingo.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's definitely a white dingo.
And those are the two balls on top of some rubble, I guess. I'm not
A
sure where they
dingo
are.
ate my baby.
I go it, but why?
Meh.
Yeah, anyone play Gundam Rise from the Ashes on the Dreamcast?
It was one I always meant to get to, and at some point I probably will have to just emulate it, or
Yeah,
make a totally legit copy on a CDR.
yeah. Your best bet is definitely emulating it, man.
I was what was that? What was the game with the it was the flight simulator Gundam game. Oh shoot. You
Encounters in
played,
Space.
No, it's you're on the Earth. You're Federation forces. I'm forgetting what it was called. It was on the Dreamcast too.
Oh,
It was on the Dreamcast. It was a 30th anniversary game. I played the crap out of it. I got really good at that game.
Wait a minute. There's another Gundam game on the Dreamcast?
Yeah.
Holy shit. How did I not hear about this?
Yeah, you're in the cockpit of you're either a normal GM or a GM cannon.
Okay.
Yeah, that's Rise from the Ashes, dude.
That's it.
Yeah, that's the game I was talking about.
Oh, is that Rise from the Ashes?
Yes.
Oh, I was. Oh,
Well, to be fair, it was also around that time where we got I
never knew
really
that was
started
that
getting. It was around that time where we really got the floodgates opened up for a lot of Gundam games. Like a lot of the PS2 stuff came over, like Journey to Jaburo and Xeon versus Zeta.
Don't forget the front, dude.
Yep. That, Encounters in Space, Battle Assault 2.
Encounters in Space is my favorite on PS2, man.
See, I was a big fan of Gundam versus Zeta Gundam, which I think was sort of an earlier iteration of the Extreme series.
Gundam 2, man.
And the big appeal to that game for me was the fact that you were able to have a lot of alternate timeline stuff, like, for example, what if Rambo Ral survived? And then you get this little
I absolutely loved the Gundam versus Zeta, the Gundam versus series, as it's basically the greatest distillation of everything awesome about Gundam. And Gundam Extreme Versus has only amped up the ante to being just flat out virtual on crack.
And plus to an extent as well, it's also some of the arcade versus machines that have gotten a console release.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about. The Extreme Versus games.
Well, right, but not a lot of people know that, so we got to kind of make sure we spill that out a little bit, because we are talking about obscure Japanese arcade machines.
Yeah, although I do want Gundam Extreme Versus 2 Overboost to make it stateside and possibly on Steam.
I mean, Steam is the dream, as they say, but I kind of doubt if we'll get it, because I don't think the last one got it to Steam.
No, I don't think so. I mean,
there's a lot of classic games that need to go to Steam, but we'll never know.
Yeah, we'll have to see what's all going to happen with that. But with that, we are coming up to the top of the hour, and I have to be up at 4 a.m., so I think I need to start wrapping things up.
God bless you, man. Holy crap.
Yes, God bless you, everyone.
Yes. Right. I was quite fortunate to have all the time I did off for Christmas and New Year's, but apparently all that time didn't come for nothing, so I must pay for that now. So with that, I think we're going to be going ahead and wrapping up. Thank you as always for coming out, guys. You guys are part of the reason why I look forward to doing this each and every week, because we get to nerd out just this little bit at the start of the week, and really sets the tone for the week. Because personally, I'm a believer that Monday is not, in fact, the worst day of the week. I think it's Tuesday myself.
Is that because you have to wake up at 4 a.m?
No. The unfortunate thing is that's going to be an all week thing.
Oh, you poor bastard!
I'm more thinking Sunday's the worst week for me. That's just me.
Okay, so I guess I'll kind of wrap it. I'll give the logic to my idea here as we're wrapping up. But the idea is, with Monday, you're still kind of riding off the weekend high, and you can, if nothing else, have. And mind you, this really applies to people who work Monday through Friday. So our weekend warriors, I'm afraid this may not apply to you. But the idea goes that. But the idea goes that on Monday you're still kind of riding off your weekend high, so you at least have the water cooler talk of, "So, what'd you do over the weekend?" To kind of break the ice. As you pretend to care about what Cheryl did over the weekend with her grandkids.
No one cares what Cheryl did.
Yeah, but I do agree. On Monday, you're a little bit kinder to the person who annoys you by Friday because you haven't been around them for a couple of days. You throw them a little bit of a bone.
And plus, it's a chance to set the tone for the week. Like, the rest of the week's gonna suck, but here you are nevertheless. Wednesday's hump day, so we're halfway there. As the great Bon Jovi would say.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so at that point, you're kind of we're getting there. You're starting to look forward to the weekend because it's starting to become more tangible.
Mm-hmm.
Thursday, meanwhile, maybe if you're going away for the weekend, if you're going away for Friday night, and you're gonna head out after work, you're gonna start packing your stuff. You start getting excited for your plans.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe you decided to take Friday off and have a 3-day weekend. In which case, Thursday's your Friday.
Hey yo.
And then we get to Friday, and then hey, Bob's your uncle.
Yep.
Whereas with Tuesday, you don't get any of that. It just sucks. You don't even have that weekend high of the relaxation. It started to set in. You're like, I have to do 4 more days of this bullshit.
Yeah.
Dang. Well, luckily today is my Friday, so
Hey.
Well,
I'm glad I was able to help start your weekend off right for you, various snacks. So
thanks. I love midweekend weekends. Midweek weekends.
And I will say I've also kind of come around to finding it better to take a Monday off than a Friday off.
Yeah.
Because you get the double benefit of a 3-day weekend, plus the following week is 1 day shorter, so you're kind of benefiting yourself for that next week.
And if you're traveling Monday, if you're coming back and you have that extra just downtime before the week starts, as opposed to, like you said, Friday you're breaking loose, everybody else is trying to get out. Monday just has this weird, surreal space to it.
You get to be
I'm just happy we had Gundam stuff to talk about.
Yeah.
And I think we're gonna have plenty more to talk about in the upcoming weeks because we've got this war game going on. We got the card game that's gonna be dropping some news. There's a new anime
manga
on the
anime. Yeah.
And also next week, folks, we will be having a brand new anime to talk about. Why we've got the Red Ranger Isekai starting Sunday next week.
Oh yeah.
That's right.
Let's see. Before you go, can I get your opinion on the Pixel X86 Mini Dust? Let me look this up. Pixel X86 X Mini Dust. The ultimate retro gaming PC, it advertises. Full nostalgia. Here, let me pull this up here, and we'll show this off for everyone because and a chance to talk about a little bit of retro gaming is always very appreciated and very enjoyed.
Yeah, I mean, I already got my personal retro gaming machine right here, and that's my PC. So,
I think it's 1999. Okay, is this like a Raspberry Pi?
yeah.
I mean, yeah, it looks like it's kind of a little simple. For kind of older games, like this might be kind of a great throwback for that. And the fact that we've got sort of the older ports here is perfect too. If you still have those laying around,
yeah.
Which I know some people have hoarded those like they are worth their weight in gold.
Yep.
And circuit board.
That's basically why I love RetroArch so much.
I visit Old Games Labs. I gotta look into this now. You might have set me down a new rabbit hole, but
that's cool.
I will say for myself, I mean, this I would say that having kind of taken just a quick glance at it, it might be worth checking out. Unless, of course, you do have a RetroPie, in which case, of course, someone decides to cook right now. In which case that you might be just better off with a RetroPie. But for what this is, I'd say have at it and let me know on this because I want to check. I want to find out more about this.
It's preloaded.
Let's see. Exclusive XP gaming in general. He will find a very exclusive performance test. Okay, so it's a bit of a DOS little DOS system. Makes sense. You got some little Sonic, Mario. Okay. What are the price? Oh, and at these prices too, you're not breaking the bank either.
And can we take a look at the software?
Yeah. No, we cannot.
Well, we tried.
Better luck next time, boys.
Okay.
So anyway, as for myself, I just picked up a Steam Deck, and I need to get a little more time in with that here in the near future. But that is also a great option because you can do a bit of the retro throwback gaming on it, and it can handle a lot of your operating systems like GOG, and for your game front ends.
Yeah, that's basically why basically PC Master Race all the way.
I mean, I think that they all are going to probably over the next, at the very least, PlayStation and Xbox are definitely starting to get up to date with that. Xbox is basically full on day and date at this point.
Yeah,
and PlayStation.
Unfortunately, PlayStation and Xbox really ain't gonna compare to the PC. Unfortunately.
Well, the thing is, though, what I'm saying is, PlayStation is slowly but surely cutting the gap between the PlayStation release and the PC release, which is going to be good from a marketing standpoint because they can advertise both systems simultaneously, and they just cut that, PlayStation exclusive, because at this point, PlayStation is just another third-party publisher. They just don't want to admit it. But with all that said, I think this is probably the best place to wrap things up. As I've been trying to for a few minutes now, I have to get to bed. Do you have anything you want to plug on the way out? Because as we try to wrap things up.
That's a good thing Ryan G's not here.
Yeah.
Well, for those of us that are here, it's been a lot of fun, and I'm looking forward to this stuff. We'll, like I said, limited release and all that, and then I know we'll all be hanging out and stuff, and throughout the week and doing our videos. So,
heck yeah. That sounds great. Yeah, that would be that. Honestly, that would take like my nip and nags on Tuesday. Oh my goodness, if I get those kits, I'd just be so. Like, it'd be a quick build and then paint.
And at that point, then you reach out to a couple of guys, and you start doing some more mini painting streams, and just like go reach out a T-shirt and be like, hey, Bavbat, you want to come on and paint some minis with me?
Paint some minis with me? Hell yeah.
We'll
see what he does on Wednesday.
Yeah. Plus, you bully him about it because he's got a mountain of plastic crack he needs to paint.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I've got all
kind of like how Punkwaddle's got a plastic just boxes and boxes he needs to unbox.
Yeah.
I know that feeling. Like I've got a lot of plastic crack to walk out. Like you wouldn't even begin to believe.
Yeah, we've all got our box of shame, or hopefully for you guys it's only a box. But with all that said, guys, let's go ahead and make the most of this week. Try to work on your box of shame and cut things down. For example, I've been taking to heart a little bit of that. I've been getting bullied about my massive AniList backlog, so I started to kind of cut that down and clean that up. But all that said, guys, make the most of it. Thank you so much for coming out and making me part of your days, part of your Mondays, because I do genuinely believe that bad days are all in a state of mind, and that we can try to make that better. So, it's all about what you do to kind of set that up for yourself. If you think Monday's a terrible day, do something to make yourself look forward to it. Like, I don't know, stop at Taco Bell like I do.
Yeah. Don't just make it awesome. Make it mecha awesome.
Yeah.
Long story short, watch more Gundam.
Oh, that's really.
Matter of fact, watch
nice
more
melted.
And
well, that's something that wasn't mecha awesome.
I'm just glad that wasn't paint water again.